Greetings, Diocese of Olympia and all those who are watching. On January 20th, our 45th President of the United States will be sworn in on the steps of the Capitol. It will mark in a way the end of one of, if not the most tumultuous and contentious elections we've ever had. And it will mark the beginning of a new era. When we, the Diocesan Council and I, made a decision to send the letter we sent to President-elect Trump, we did so realizing that this is a time when all of us must be engaged. I received a lot of criticism from some for that letter, often stating the separation of church and state. This is used often when we are suddenly uncomfortable about the topics being discussed, especially if they are not topics we agree with. But this principle is most often misunderstood, misinterpreted, and misapplied. Separation of church and state was meant to say that neither should ever become the other, a principle I most definitely agree with. But it was never meant to mean that neither should ever speak to one another, or hold the other accountable, or expect more from the other. If you want to use labels, the label I see as primary for me is Christian. It's not liberal or conservative or any political party or any other ideology. But as a Christian, I'm still a citizen, and part of our duty as a Christian is to also be a citizen of this country. It's not wrong to advocate for those things you feel match with your faith and or your morality. It's not wrong to ask of your government the same treatment of others that Jesus asks of us, even if we continue to disagree about those things. Separation of church and state was not intended to become a muzzle to faith speaking to the state, or vice versa. We were also criticized by some for questioning the Christianity of President-elect Trump. I said to them then, and I would say to you now, I don't believe that was our intent at all, and I don't believe the letter did that. Further, I believe it is not our call to do it. I believe one of the greatest heresies is claiming to know the mind of God. I don't claim that, and I know that I don't know it. All we can do, and I believe should do, is do our best to claim what we see in our calling to this faith and how that plays into what we applaud in our government and also what we protest. That is our right, and it is not a violation of anything to do so. One final thing. I firmly believe that in our church and in our country, while the issues we are in disagreement about are often quite serious and even life and death to many, perhaps of equal importance is how we carry out the discussion of our differences. Demonizing has become far too easy and accepted. We have to be better. For instance, in our church, I actually had a few people tell me they felt they could not in good conscience pray for President Trump. I have to say I find this very disturbing. It is a long-standing Anglican tradition to pray for our leaders at all times, no matter if we agree with them or not. And I believe strongly that we can never make that decision. If we can't do that, pray for whomever is our president, then we are clearly not who we say we are. And I believe we dishonor the one we follow. We will be saying our prayers for President Trump, and I also equally believe we can and should use our voices to speak out when the values we hold in our faith are violated by the government who we have elected to represent us. That, too, is our responsibility, no matter which branch or party they may represent. For in the end, now, they represent us all. Regardless of whomever you supported in this election, and regardless of your feelings on Inauguration Day, Donald J. Trump will become President Trump. What I pray we will witness is the peaceful transition of power that this nation is known for, and for which much of the world hopes for us and in us. President Trump will not represent only a party or any ideology. He will represent the people, all the people of the United States. So I urge you all to pray for this peaceful transition and to give thanks for the service of President and Miss Obama, as you also pray for the administration and service of President and Miss Trump. Such talks as this often end with "God bless America." I understand that, and yet it troubles me some. We do not have to pray for the blessing of our God on the United States or on any person, because our God does give all of this world blessing. And I believe more than anything, hopes for the best from us and for us, all people who inhabit this planet we share. We do God the most honor by living into and working for the same. My warmest blessings to each and every one of you.